Welcome to another Verbling class. Today's class is on banking vocabulary. Hi, Daniel.
Hi Simon, how are you doing?
Very well, thanks. How are you on this fine, I don't know, what is this? Are we in spring now?
No, well, I don't know. Here we have no season, sorry.
No, it's either see, in some climates, you don't really have seasons. You have the rainy and dry season.
Yeah, just that. But because it's a little bit mixed. For example, you get a rainy day, and the other one is a sunny day, and then rainy, and then sunny. So it's pretty crazy weather here.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, today it's a little cool. What's the temperature today? 16 right now,
16 what?
Celsius.
16 Celsius. Okay. It's pretty
So,
cold, I think. Not cool, cold.
well, we would say cool. It's not cold.
For me, it's cold, pretty cold.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, the normal temperature here is around 20 to 30.
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
for me, 16 is cold, really cold.
Yeah, it can be a little cool. I understand. And we have Michael with us. Hello, Michael.
He said, "Be right back in the chat."
Oh, and Coro. Hello, Coro.
Hello, teacher.
How is your week so far?
Good, thank you. I am trying to find a job.
I'm good. I'm good. Where are you from?
I am from Spain.
Ah, well, welcome. So I guess it's evening time.
Yes, it is evening.
Excellent. All right. Well, we're going to have an interesting class today. It's on vocabulary, but it's specifically dealing with banking terminology. So that involves going to the bank, purchasing products or services. It also deals to some degree with investment banking, to purchase mutual funds or stocks, the stuff you would do on a normal, I wouldn't say a normal day, but maybe a more normal year, because not every day will you go and purchase exchange or currency exchanges. But we'll get started with lots of interesting things. Before I do get started, are there any words or phrases you guys would like me to address in today's class related to banking? All right. Well, let's go over this first. If I say currency exchange, what do I mean? Excuse me. Currency exchange. What does that mean? Coro, what does currency exchange mean?
What? What? Sorry,
What does currency exchange mean?
I don't understand you, teacher. I'm sorry.
What does the phrase currency
I
exchange
think
mean?
it is, for example, when you're trying to sell your dollars for euros or.
Okay, so yeah, what we're taking is each country has a system of money. Okay, sometimes it's dollars, could be yuan, yen, euro, etc. So currency exchange is when we exchange one currency for another. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking all the notes in Google Drive. So if you guys want to open up Google Drive, you'll be able to see all my notes there that I'm taking, so you can get a summary of what we're going to talk about today. All right. Who can tell me what online banking means?
It's an option provided by your bank that you your client in that bank that gives you the opportunity to check your current deposit or what balance, yeah, balances, and maybe if you requested, you can do some payments with that, and to move money, like to transfer money from one account to another, if you on your request, if they.
I think they allow you to buy things on the internet, for example, on Amazon.com and things like that.
It could. Whoever corrected transactions, thank you. You saved me the effort.
You're welcome.
So,
No
but that begs the question then, since you corrected it, what does the word transaction mean?
Moving of money from one place to another. It's not necessary to be physical. It could be virtual money.
Yeah, so we're usually buying or selling something where there's some sort of exchange going on. Now, we've all heard of bank fees, right? That can be a transaction, not one that we like, but we have agreed to. Okay, so a bank fee is money paid to the bank for certain services. So those are some good answers regarding online banking.
Sorry, teacher, where are you writing all the chats? In the blue chat or in the chat from Webley?
Well, as I mentioned at the beginning, I've got Google Drive open, and I have shared class notes. So if you want to open Google Drive and then click on the blue icon, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm typing.
Okay, sorry.
All right. Okay, so let's think about online banking for a little bit, because I don't know about your countries, but here in Canada and the United States, online banking is how most people perform their banking transactions. So let's talk about online banking and the type of things that we do. Okay, Daniel, what kind of transactions do we do with online banking?
Check account balance. What else? Buy stuff in online stores like Amazon. No?
Okay, so we could, well, online banking is what you do at your bank, so you can't really buy anything from Amazon at your bank. Okay. But you can buy the bank's products and services.
Yeah, you
and
can
what
pay
kind
the
of services
credit
or
card.
products would these be?
You can pay the credit card. I don't know, maybe the mortgage?
Okay. Coro, what are some online transactions that we can perform?
I can put money in the accounts from my other families, from my family, transfer.
So we can transfer money, yeah. Very
or
good.
buy things,
Well, what kind of things?
books, clothes, I buy all the things in online, actually.
Well, no, that's not online banking. See, to buy things online is different than online banking.
Okay. I
So when we say online banking, and this is what's key here, you want to make sure that you know the difference between online banking is basically anything you do when you're on your bank's website logged into your account. If you are buying things online, well, that could be anywhere. It's not a bank per se.
Okay. Normally I transfer money in online banking transactions.
Okay. Michael, what else?
So what could be else? To transfer money from your current account to your card. But I'm not so advanced in that because I only check my balance. That's all I requested from them. So
Yeah, so we can pay bills.
yeah, paying bills, you can definitely.
What do we call it if we pay bills every month?
Auto payment.
Okay, so now imagine that you pay this bill every month, but you actually don't have to go online and make a payment. It will automatically come out. What do we call that?
Auto payment.
Pre-authorized. Okay.
Well, but in layman's terms is auto payment. If you call every company from Canada, like telecommunication, they will say, yeah, we have auto payment options.
Actually, they don't. Okay. Pretty common, they will say pre-authorized.
Okay. Well, I met other
for example, here you gotta sign a document authorizing them to do that.
Yeah, you usually fill out some sort of document, but even in layman's terms here, I've never heard out of payment. I'm not sure what country you would hear that, but in US or Canada, generally they're called pre-authorized payments. Somebody might say, I need to make an automatic payment, right? That would be closer to layman's terms, but pre-authorized is the term, and what I'm trying to teach you is not necessarily just layman's terms, but the vocabulary that you need to talk directly to the bank. Because if you use the right terminology, the conversation will go a lot better.
Yeah, maybe so automatic bill payment. Okay.
You can say that, but again, with the bank, you would quite often, and if you go to the online site, you'll see pre-authorized.
Oh, okay.
You might also say, see pending. Right? If you've already set one up, you might see pending, which means it's due to come out. And we can do that from a credit card, bank account, or trading account, or even, in some cases, PayPal. In North America, we have something called, actually around the world, but it's more common here, Interact. Interact is kind of like Visa. Interact is the company that allows debit cards to work. Does anybody know what a debit card is?
Yeah.
What's a debit card?
A card that you cannot overthrown, or what is the word?
Overdraft.
Overdrawn, yeah. There is like
overdrawn if it's past tense, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. You could go into overdraft. It just depends on how your account is set up.
Yeah. The basic difference is that with a debit card, you're using the real money or the money that you actually get or you actually have in the account. With a credit card, no. You're using the bank money.
Yeah, so if it comes directly out of your bank account, either your checking or your savings account. Whereas a credit card, where does the money come from?
From the bank.
Yeah. It's money loaned from the bank at a very high interest rate.
What they interested there? 20 to
It's
30,
standard
really?
on most credit cards to be 19.9 or 20%, but they can go as
A
high as
year, right?
3.
A year.
Yeah, annualized.
Okay, analyze.
However, if you pay off your balance at the end of the month, there is no interest.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
of
so
course.
there's the main difference between a credit card and a debit card. All right, so is there any question about some of the vocabulary we've used so far?
No. Also, you can, for example, update your personal data. You can request certificates.
Yep, you can update personal information. You might be able to get certificates.
Yeah. For example, here I can do that in my bank, online banking.
Yeah, every bank is different, but these certainly seem as though they're possible things to do. Okay, who can tell me what direct deposit is?
Data what?
Direct deposit.
Direct deposit. I don't know. Maybe there are no intermediate points. I don't know.
Okay, back in the old days, and my wife still gets paid this way though, every payday we get a check. Okay, so payday, what does payday mean?
There's the paycheck day. You receive the wage, the salary.
Yeah, when you get paid by your company. Do you get a paycheck or do they put the money directly into your bank?
Into the bank.
Okay, that's what direct deposit is. Direct deposit, the company puts the money directly into your bank account.
Okay.
All right?
And when a person is paying you in physical money, like cash, how do you call it?
Okay, you just say this way. It's very simple. I get paid in cash.
Okay. Because it's pretty common here in my country.
Yeah, so people say, how do you get paid? Cash.
Okay.
All right. So if you get paid by a company, then people might say, how much do you get paid? And you might say before or after taxes, right?
Okay.
Right. Coro, any questions on terminology we've used so far?
No questions, teacher.
Sorry?
Thank you. No questions.
Okay. Let's see here. Coro, what does it mean, or what do I mean if I say retirement savings?
I don't know, teacher. Um, hmm, hmm, hmm. I don't know.
What does retirement mean?
I think the money I have to. I don't know, teacher.
Okay. Let's not focus on the money for right now, but what is, if we are going to retire, what does that mean?
It means I am having money. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, well, savings means having money, but what does retirement mean? Think about it for a minute. Have you heard
Maybe
that word before?
when you are
Sorry?
too old,
Hold
no?
on, no, hold on. Let me speak with Coro because she hasn't had much speaking time.
I don't know, teacher. I hope. I think there is when I am going to mm, and hold money.
Okay, do you know what a pension is?
Yes, I know what a pension is. That's
Okay,
what the old people hold all money, all months, every month.
okay. And when do you get that money? Your pension money?
Yes. All the months the people are retirement saving.
Right, okay, so retirement savings then, what do you think that means? If retirement means it's when people stop working.
Okay, is the money they some people have to have after they work when they doesn't work more.
Yeah, exactly. So retirement savings is money saved or put aside for when people retire, stop working, okay? When they are usually 65 years of age. In North America, 65 is considered the retirement age. Is it possible to retire at 40? Michael, is it possible to retire at 40?
Do you have for police officers another age in North America? Like, do they retire at 40?
I don't know.
Soldiers, like.
I think they have to work a little longer. But is it possible to retire at 40?
Yeah, if you have money and you don't need to work, you could like a little bit traveling or something to do something else.
That's exactly right. Yeah, you can retire at any age. However, in each country, there may be a mandatory retirement age. Okay, I think Canada used to have one. We don't anymore. Okay, but in Canada, if you reach 65 years of age, companies no longer have to pay you benefits. Okay. Ahmed, how are you?
I am fine. Thank you, teacher. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I burnt my mouth earlier, so I'm in a bit of pain.
Oh,
But
sorry to hear that. Just be vigilant next time, please.
yes, I need to be more careful.
Yeah.
All right, Ahmed, we hear this a lot in North America. When we have enough money, we can pay our bills. We can go on vacation when we want to. There's a certain phrase for this. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. EDM, something like that.
Close, but financial.
Independence?
Very close.
Freedom.
Well, all of them are
American
accurate. So
dream.
financial security. Let me just write them all out here. Financial security, independence, and freedom. Do these mean the same?
I don't know.
I don't know and no. Who said I don't know?
Ahmed said, I don't know.
Okay, Ahmed, talking in the third person. Why did you say that?
But I never heard of this in English. Probably in Arabic, I'm not sure.
Sure. Well, they're pretty common in English. Who said yes, there is a difference, or no, there isn't a difference?
Me?
All right, go ahead, Daniel. Why?
I can talk about the last two items.
Mhm.
Financial independence. For example, is when you have salary, a stable salary, or you're working in a company for a long time, and you have the money to buy your things, to buy your stuff, to pay the mortgage, to buy gas for your car, to pay the things of your children, sorry, or your wife, or things like that. So you are not dependent of anyone. And freedom is when you're a millionaire, I think, and you can do whatever you want.
All right. Not exactly. But I really liked your explanation, so it shows you have a good understanding. All right, it's just you're not quite correct. So financial independence is generally used to describe the state of having sufficient personal wealth to live without having to work. Okay? So you can live without having to work for your basic necessities of life. You can get food, you can buy shelter, you've got electricity, you've got heating, cooling. You can live without having to work, right? Financial security more or less means something slightly different. For example, I still have to work, but I feel pretty secure, okay? And this one can mean several things. It can mean the condition of having the resources to support a standard of living now and the foreseeable future. So let me write this one down for you. Okay. So I have a job, right? And I have this as a part-time job. But I have the resources. I have money coming in. I have savings to support a standard of living now and as far into the future as I can see. I'm safe. I still have to work though. So what do you think financial freedom means?
You don't have to work.
It sounds that way, doesn't it? Well, financial freedom can simply mean that. You are a millionaire, you've got plenty of resources, you don't have to work. Okay? Now, sometimes these words are used interchangeably, but generally financial security is the condition of having enough resources to support a standard of living now and into the future. Whereas financial independence is being able to live without having to work. And we look at financial freedom as never having to work and being able to do what you wish. So let me ask you a question, guys. We've got Ahmed here. He has $12 billion.
Wow.
I know.
Another Ahmed.
Koro, and she has $500,000.
It's enough.
Nope.
It's enough.
No mortgage,
I am happy. No mortgage.
no debt,
Oh,
and a house
no kids. No.
by the
marriage.
ocean with low taxes. Okay. Are both of these two students, have they reached financial freedom?
Only Hamed, I think.
Okay. Why has Koro not reached financial freedom?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe she has financial security.
She would certainly have financial security. They both would, right? But
Yeah.
what you would have to do at this point is you'd have to understand Koro. Is she the type of person that grows her own food? She'll go to the stores and market. She doesn't spend a lot of money. She doesn't like to travel a lot. She likes to enjoy her community. She's outgoing. She goes to the movies, to the play, but she doesn't need to travel far, and she doesn't have a car.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's Koro 1. Koro 2 is, well, she won $1 million. She paid off her mortgage and all her debt, and she's got 500 in the bank, 500,000. But she loves to shop and she loves to travel.
To travel to, but to shopping, no, eh?
And travel first class.
No, no, it's not necessary. It's not necessary.
Well, see, that's the
She-
difference between these two types of Koros. See, Ahmed, no matter how much he likes to spend, he's financially independent. He's free. He's reached financial freedom, right? Now, Koro, depending on how she lives, well, she could have reached financial independence as well. Maybe even freedom. Because if you've got no debt, no mortgage,
Yes.
and low taxes, $500,000 could last you a long time.
Yeah, but not whole life. I think she will be bankrupt soon.
No. Why? No.
Koro, you disagree. Why do you disagree?
Because when I have this own money, I can organize me to live my own life without excess or without crazy acts. It will be possible.
Maybe
It's
if you create a business company or something.
No, I didn't to have a company.
Guys, think about it for a minute. Let's calculate how much money is here. So, Koro, I want you to help us here. We want to try to figure out what is the basic amount of money people need. We'll use dollars. It could be euros, but we'll use dollars for now. That a person would need to live a year. So, how much do you think you would need for food for a year?
I am teacher. I am 42 years old.
Mhm.
You have to divide the all money in 40 years more.
Okay, good. So, yeah, because I think
And in
the average
12 months.
age for a woman in
18.
Europe is around 82 years.
82 years. Then you have to divide this money in 40 years and in 12 months. And say me how much money per month.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do here. So, how much money do you think you would spend a year on food? I want you guys to think the same.
1,200.
Okay, say $1,000. What about heating and cooling?
What is cooling, sorry?
Air conditioning?
I
So-
didn't. I don't. I didn't. Doesn't know this.
So you don't have to heat or cool your house?
No.
Okay, so that saves a lot of money.
Or more or less 1,000 euros per year.
Okay, so wait a minute, $0 or 1,000?
1,000.
Okay. What about health-related stuff? I know you've got, and again, just
3,000. 3,000.
okay. What else do we? Oh, transportation.
Nothing.
3,000?
I can work all the time.
Okay, would you have a car? Would you walk? Would you take
I
transit?
didn't a car. I can go by bus. I think 1,000. 1,000.
1,000 a year.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's just for maintenance and gas, right?
Yes.
Because remember, guys, we said no debt, so that means she doesn't have car payments.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say normally you're looking at between $1,000 and $3,000 a year for maintaining a vehicle, but we'll say leave it at $3,000 for now. What else does an average person need? So we've got food, heating and cooling, health, transportation. What else?
Internet, mobile phone.
Culture.
Okay, so entertainment.
Yes.
And that includes
Theater.
internet, phone, movies you download, anything like that.
Yes.
What about pets?
That's another story. That's down here. How much for entertainment?
Entertainers, 2,000.
2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And do you have any pets?
No, I haven't pets.
0. Anything else, guys? Okay, so let's leave it at that for now. But
No
here's what I
clothes,
want to do. Now, let me
No.
just add this
Yeah.
up.
What about clothes? I mean, shopping. She should have.
Oh, yeah, we need like clothes, right? So we'll call that shopping.
600, no more.
Because she still has bills. She needs to do laundry.
No, no laundry. I can.
Actually, good point. I forgot one thing. Water.
Order.
Yeah, water.
Do you have a well in your backyard, or do you have town water?
I have water here in my home. I
How
have
much-
to pay to the community, but
How much a year?
more 20 euros per month.
So let's say 300.
300.
And what about for electricity or hydro? We call it hydro.
Electricity, I have to pay 100 euros monthly.
So we'll say 1,300.
Yes.
Well, 14. All right, who's done the total? Who's added this up? Okay, so 1,000, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10,300.
8,300.
10,300.
10,300? Okay. All right. So what happens if we divide 10,300 into 500,000? How many years do we get?
Almost 50.
Almost
Yeah, less.
years. Okay,
much?
so
Yes.
the average life expectancy is 82. She says she only needs 40 years. So we should look towards 50, shouldn't we? Because if she lives longer, she needs some money there, right? So according to what Coro has said, does she have enough money to last her till she dies?
Yes.
Yeah, she does. Michael,
Yeah.
let's do yours and see how long 500,000 would last you, okay?
Well, honestly, I don't do something like that. I mean, we can do now, but I just how do you know how much money I need? I just
We don't.
know what?
We don't. We're just kind of guessing. I just want to show a contrast between. I'll explain it later, but how much do you think you would spend a year on food, going out to eat as well as eating at home?
Eating eating what type of food? Healthy food or not so
Any
healthy?
food, whatever you put in your mouth.
For 1 year, yeah?
Yes.
Let's say 1,000.
Okay. And heating and cooling?
Only heating, and that could be like like 500.
Health related.
Vitamins. So no more than $100 per day. Some
Okay.
like no, $100
Per month.
No, per year.
Oh,
I don't go to the doctors. I'm quite healthy person.
Yeah, but you have to pay
Let's see.
insurance or
Insurance? It's provided by the work where
okay.
I work. They provide. So
Transportation.
only vitamins, like
Okay.
some transportation. Well, let's see. Per year, let's say 1,000, because you never know where you go and
Mhm.
what could you do.
Entertainment.
1,000.
Shopping. That's anything else you buy that's not covered here.
Shopping. Well, I'm minimalist, so I go for 1,000, no more.
Pets.
0. I don't have pets.
Water.
Um, 300, 500.
I always go with a higher number. Electricity.
Electricity. Okay, electricity could be like like 700.
So that's 5,800. Okay, so there's 2 people. Now I'm going to pick on one other person. Who else wants to try this?
I can.
Okay, so let's. Oh, sorry. Who said I can?
Daniel.
Daniel. Okay. All right, Daniel. Hit me for your. What's your food?
Okay, 2,155.
Very precise. Heating and cooling.
0. I like the weather.
Okay. Health.
1,138.
Transportation.
I love to move in a car, so 1,050. Just in
Entertainment.
gas, but if you count the main things,
Nope.
maybe
Yeah,
no.
it covers everything. Your car, your heating, or
Okay,
anything to
so I don't know, 1,800 maybe.
for a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Entertainment 500.
Okay. Shopping.
3,000.
Pets.
300.
Water.
200
And
and
electricity.
200 also.
All right. Now, have you added this up already?
Oh, I don't know. Let me.
Okay, so 400, 700, 3,700, 4,200, 5,200, 6,000, 61, 71, 81. Let's say about 80. No, that's not right. 8,300? It's under 10 anyways.
It is 9,293.
9,283. Okay, so all of you guys were giving Coro a hard time, but you're going to spend less than her. So based on what you're showing me here, is that based on having 500,000, no mortgage, no debt, based on your plan, you guys would all have reached financial freedom. No need to work. Right?
Yeah.
So you think of $12 billion as a lot, and yes, you shouldn't have to work with that. But when I say 500,000, you think, oh, there's no way. But when you start to actually plan out a budget and realize how much you spend, you very quickly begin to see how $500,000 is actually a lot of money. Let's imagine for a minute that I was to give each one of you $165,000. Now, let's imagine for a minute that I gave you that money, and how would it change your life right now? Ahmed, how would that change your life?
They have to work.
Well, you had to work before, so I haven't changed your life that way, but how would it change your life if I gave you $165,000?
Well, okay, I can invest it.
Okay. What about you, Daniel?
I will close this hangout and run away, maybe. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Well, let's just say and travel. Okay. Koro, what would you do?
So I will spend a lot of money to help other people.
Wow.
Very noble. And Michael?
I would stick with Coro.
Okay. So now neither one of you would say thank you, apparently. What would I do? Personally, I would probably go out and buy another property, rent it out, and that way I could save for my retirement. I don't want to trust the government. It's nice to have something coming in, but I want to look after myself. And maybe save for my child's education.
Can you
Now,
buy property? Yeah.
yes, but I can't pay it off. So, for example, let's say I could find a condo for $300,000, right? I would only need a down payment of 20%. And if I rent it out, I can write off the taxes against that because it's a rental property. So I think it's very important. We've covered a lot of terminology here today. We've covered banking vocabulary, and we talked a lot about online banking. And then we started to get into scenarios where we looked at what is financial independence and what would it take to be financially independent. Unfortunately, 500,000 wouldn't do it for me because where I live, the cost of living is very expensive. Let me give you guys an idea. So I'll take the information and I'll paste it down here. So food. Let's say, I'm going to say 500 a month. So that would make it about 6,000 a year. Heating and cooling. Let's say about 90 a month times 12. Let's say about 1,200. Health. Let's say 400. Transportation. Let's say 7,200 a year. Entertainment. 500. Shopping. 2,000. Pets. Here's a cheap one. Water is about 20 a month, so let's say about 300. And electricity, 2,000. All right, what's the total there? Who's working on the total? Hello?
Hmm?
What is the total? Add those all up.
It is 9,000 something? I don't know, I'm not sure.
No, it can't be.
I know, probably I'm wrong.
It's right at the very bottom of where you guys would done yours, and take a look.
No, not 19, sorry, probably.
Okay, 19,000.
Yeah, sorry. I said 9.
Okay. Do you think I live in a big house in a rich mansion?
I think you have a private jet.
No, I don't.
What kind of car do you have?
Well, let's not talk about the car first. Let's talk about food. Okay. So a loaf of bread here costs $3.50. Eggs, $5.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty expensive.
Most meat is around $2.50 a pound. So, and that's just me and my wife and our little baby. We don't have a lot of expensive stuff. We get a balanced diet. We eat healthy. We don't eat junk food. Transportation, that's actually pretty cheap. That includes a car payment of $293 a month, or just say $290 a month. Okay, about $90 a month for gas, and let's say about $200 for insurance. Not very high. If I was to get a new car here, I'd probably be looking at least $600 a month for a cheap car. Okay. So higher cost of living. Each country has it. Here's the term I was getting to: cost of living. So depending on where you live, your cost of living can be higher or lower. And your level of income can be higher too. I could be making $40,000 a year, and I could be rich in some countries, but poor in others. So you've always, whenever you hear somebody's making, oh, this person's making $100,000 a year, wow. Well, what's their cost of living? Right? So we've shown here, like, I don't spend a lot of money on clothes and stuff, but that's 3 people. Entertainment, we don't go out to the movies a whole lot or stuff, but that includes going out a couple of nights out. Heating and cooling, we live in a smaller house, so if we lived in a bigger house, this would be more. Actually, I should shut down the hydro to 1,000 because part of that is heating and cooling. Transportation, because I own a car. If I didn't own a car, trust me, if I didn't own a car, I'd probably spend about $200 a year on transportation.
Yeah, but this is, you are alone. I mean, without your wife, and your baby. I mean, transportation.
We need a car.
Yeah, you need to be comfortable and security for your child.
Right, so here's the thing. If I move to the city, I don't need a car, but then it'll cost me at least $500,000 just for a condo, or greater than $1 million for a small house. So, yeah, unfortunately, when the recession hit the U.S., it didn't affect our housing prices, so our prices have continued to go up, 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 up.
And what is your life quality? Is it good or you're a work machine?
No, I think my quality of life is very good. I'm about 5 kilometers from work. I work about 7 hours a day, 5 days a week. But I also do this in my spare time too. So if I'm not too busy, I teach more.
I see.
Okay.
So I actually have a pretty good quality of life. So by looking at these examples, guys, what can you tell me about the cost of living, Ahmed?
Cost of living is costly in where you are
True, but
compared.
what else? In general, what can you say about the cost of living?
What else?
Yeah, what else can you tell me about the cost of living?
Where do you live, Hadman? Sorry.
I'm Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Daniel, what can you add to the discussion, cost of living? What are some of your comments or opinions on the cost of living?
I think the food where you are is pretty pricey.
Yes, it is.
But, for example, the meat, it's pretty cheap there. Here is a little bit more expensive
Hmm.
and things
Well,
like
that's
that.
heating and cooling. Because I live
Um,
in a very hot and cold climate, we need to both heat and cool.
both? Or
Yes.
you have a, do you have a heating floor? Or?
No, don't have heated floors.
Okay. Yeah, but I know that consumes a lot of electricity.
It
Those type of.
doesn't, for where I live, what I spend is actually considered pretty cheap,
Okay.
right?
Um, Question please. Do you use solar panels? I
No,
don't know. What are they called? Uh-huh.
no.
So you are not eco-friendly at all.
No, and I would say that I fill my car up once a month.
Once a month, okay.
So that's not a lot of gas that I use, but gas here costs $1.33 a
Gallon.
liter.
A liter, that's how many gallons?
Um,
One.
yeah, I'm not sure exactly, but I usually, every time I fill up, I put 50 liters in.
1 gallon? That's pretty cheap.
No, that's not cheap. I think only Europe's more expensive than us.
Here you pay $4 for a gallon.
Yeah, so that's cheaper.
Yeah, Canadian dollar.
Cora, what does gas cost in Spain?
What does it cost?
Yeah.
What? What, teacher?
How much does gas cost in Spain?
Yes. What means is
The stuff you put in your car, fuel.
hmm? I don't know, teacher.
Okay, in Spain, I think it's around a dollar, 1.5 euros per liter. Okay, so in Canadian dollars, that's probably closer to $2 per liter. Okay,
Mhm.
so fuel, well, our fuel isn't that much more expensive than Europe. We could probably spend a little bit less on food, but we eat fruits, we eat meat, we eat vegetables, and we don't buy processed foods.
Oh, good. You grow your own.
Not yet, but I've got some tomato plants I'm going to be planting later today,
Good, good, good.
right? But it's all about cost of living. So, for example, in Canada, we have a minimum wage, and that minimum wage is $10 an hour. No, it's $11 an hour. What is the minimum wage in your countries, guys? Do you have one?
Yeah, 300 a month.
Yeah, what's that per hour?
I don't know. Like $1. I don't know.
Okay. So right then and there, you can see that our minimum wage is 11 times higher. So it makes sense that our food would cost more, right?
Yep.
And that's what you've got to look at too. Cost of living, it's not just how much money you make, it's how much money you disperse or pay out each month. if you guys are ever thinking of moving to another country, don't just look at how much money you will make. Look at how much money you will spend. It's very important. Some countries have minimum wages of $16 an hour. Australia. Okay. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of another class. I do have another one tonight in about 6 hours. But until then, I must get going because I've got to go visit my wife at the hospital again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you guys again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay,
Oh,
see ya.
bye.
Teachers,
Thank you,
bye.
teacher. Bye, bye.